Welcome to the Beer Cast, broadcasting from Brewbakers Brewing Company in downtown Visalia, brewing beer since 1999. That's right, Prince style. Brewing beers, partying since it's 1999. The best place in the world. I've been bringing my family here forever, by the way. It's amazing craft beer, but also as well some of the best food that you could ever imagine. Go out on the back patio and enjoy a delicious IPA or a Sequoia Red. Right? Delicious, fantastic beer since 1999, broadcasting today live from Brewbakers Brewing Company, downtown Visalia. We'll see you there. You are joining us today for the first inaugural episode of the Beer Cast. We're excited to be here today. Delicious cigar in hand. By the way, if you're here at Brewbakers Brewing Company, check out the cigar menu. Go outside as well and have a relaxing time. We're going to introduce the amazing Beer Cast, the cast of beer characters here at Brewbakers Brewing Company here in Visalia. They are the Beer Cast officially on the Beer Cast. So let's start, pass around the microphone there. First and foremost, let's start with the owner of Brewbakers Brewing Company, Randy. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. Brewbakers, what an amazing company, and what an amazing company of cast of characters on the Beer Cast that you have here making delicious beer in Visalia.
Yeah, we got quite the crew. It has taken about 25 years to get them all put together.
God.
And we got a little bit of everything.
I'm telling you, the folks that you've met here, we'll pass around the microphone. Randy, yeah. Since 1999, real quick, when this place started, has Brewbakers Brewing Company been brewing beer from the very beginning, craft beer here in Visalia, like I witnessed today by hand?
Pretty much. Yeah, we've from day one we were making beer here, and there hadn't been a brewery here, and since before the Prohibition. And a lot of people tried to start ones, but never quite did it. And me, my brother, and Bob were actually able to pull it all together and borrow so much money. We still haven't paid it off, and we got a brewery and a pub.
That's the American dream, man.
Yeah,
like you're
owe money for the rest of your life.
But you love this passion of yours, and we'll introduce the crew right now. But the passion is evident. I mean, even up there as you're cleaning and working, it's like hanging out with the dwarves with Snow White. Everyone's whistling while they work. They're cheersing. We clean the tank. Cheers! Right?
You deserve it.
We were very into cleaning because we know as soon as all the cleaning's done, we got to come up here and have a beer. That's why everyone was working so fast and quickly.
We get rewarded.
Yes.
To get rewarded, yes.
It's called beer efficiency. The rest of the economy should take note. The GDP would go up sevenfold if there was a time when employees would have beer on breaks, right, at one time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next member of the Beer Cast, the cast of characters here at the Beer Factory, if you will, of America, called Brewbakers Brewing Company in downtown Visalia. The best beer in the world, the best people in the world. Charlie, introduce yourself. And you're part of the Beer Cast as well. How long have you been working here and making beer at Brewbakers?
Yeah, Charlie Cole. I've been here about 12 years. Just kind of stumbled in and loved what I was watching. I said, can I do that too? And he said, sure, come on down. So, yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves I have for about 12 years.
And you've been so you were originally a customer.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you just I love your beer? And
Well, a friend of mine, Ken Ferrante, who's no longer, he moved to Washington, started out with Randy. He said, hey, why don't you come down at 1 o'clock in the morning and
1 o'clock in the morning.
Brew some beer. And I went, Okay, so I did it, and yeah, that's how I got started.
To come down at 1 a.m. when I was in radio in the early days, I did overnight shifts at KSEQ here in Visalia, Soft Rock, and you had to be there and you had to press a button or there would be dead air. I mean, it was like the old days, but like that to me was a dream come true. I don't give a crap if I'm working overnight. It's a dream come true. You're showing up at 1 a.m. and for you, it's like that. Like you're enjoying it. This isn't a job. You love it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good times.
Charlie, thank you very much. The Beer Cast continues. She has taught me so much this morning. So far, talking about different parts of the beer making process. At any moment in time, when there was an opportunity to come over and take an amazing picture of what was happening in the process, Moni, with an I, M-O-N-I. I couldn't, like, where's that coming from? I know her. I know that name. Moni. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's where it comes from. No, seriously, an amazing name, an amazing person, and a beer connoisseur and expert in all things beer making, here giving me advice this morning. I was so excited. I know nothing about beer. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, and thank you for having us here today, Moni, because you really are like you're, I can tell you're kind of the leader here. Like, no, seriously, I mean that in a respectful sense. Like, you are really the one keeping everyone on task. Like, here's what's that. I love it. We get that connection to what beer is really all about, and it's about people, and I think that's what you love the most, right?
Hi, my name is Moni Mock, and I love beer, particularly IPA, and it's fun coming here on Thursday mornings. I don't get here, or my husband and I don't get here until around 6:30. And we help with some of the finishing cleanup and putting labels on crowlers and just odds and ends, whatever Randy needs.
You showed me today how a crowler is made. Now, we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
For a long time, it was just all about the growlers. So, like, when you showed me how it was made, I always thought that there was some sort of sealing process that was sealing that top on, like heat or something like that. But it's literally just applied pressure, right? Like almost...
and crimping the lid around the can. And, the crowlers are great because it's just 32 ounces. Everybody can have their own flavor if they want. And you can go hiking or bicycling and have one with you and bring it back, of course. Bring all your trash back. But it is lightweight.
Oh, I like what you just said right there. When I was a kid, my dad would have me walk through the campsite, and just us kids would have to walk up and down the campsite, and he would say, I don't care if it's not your trash, you pick it up. Like that's what you're talking about, right?
Right. Yeah. And your dog poop. Either leave it, or if it's in a bag, take it with you.
Speaking of, we have the beer dog here today.
Yes.
So Paige. Now,
Yes.
So is Paige, what is a golden, forgive
She's
me.
a yellow lab.
Yellow lab, forgive me. Beautiful dog.
Thank you.
Beautiful dog. So well behaved. So she's here with you and Bert on the regular while beer is being brewed. Does she enjoy some of the juice on the ground from time to time?
And the grains. In fact, we have to kind of limit her because she'll eat a whole lot.
It'll fill her up.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't believe what her poop looks like.
Right on. Cerveza poop. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway, she's a great dog, and she loves the cookie man, Charlie, because he always has cookies for her, and she really looks forward to coming.
Right
On
on.
Thursday morning, she's all, in our face about, put my harness on.
Oh, she knows what day it is.
Yeah.
That's the day that they're brewing beer here in Visalia. And the dog knows. The dog knows. The dog senses. You know how a dog can sense the weather, like, oh my God, there's a storm coming, or the animals can sense stuff like, oh, they sense fun too. We're going to have fun today hanging out at Brewbakers. By the way, Brewbakers is family oriented. Bring your kids down. They have a kids menu. They have delicious food on the menu. A lot of these folks that are brewing around, we love all folks that get into brewing. We're a fan of beer. This is the Beer Cast, again, broadcasting from Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia, and brewing beer since 1999. But we're not just like, brewing beer here only, right? There's food, there's fun, there's lots of other things going on as well, in addition to the delicious, amazing beer. So what is your favorite beer, Moni? IPA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without mosaics.
Mm-hmm.
Hops. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
My taste buds are different than a whole lot of other people, which is great.
Everybody has different tastes, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Exactly. Oh, your husband, Bert,
Yes.
he's also on the Beer Cast.
Yes, he is.
Do you have similar taste together? Or my wife and I, we kind of have similar taste. We like a lot of the same, but we don't always like the same. So similar taste, pretty much?
Yeah, when I met him about almost 30 years ago, I thought Heineken was a big beer. And then he introduced me to IPAs, and then I was on the plane and was being served a St. Pauli's girl. This is 30 years ago. And I kept looking at the can or bottle, thinking that I had a Budweiser in front of me, drinking it. Because in 2 months I had gotten so used to drinking IPAs and having that hop flavor. It was like, okay, that is not a big beer. This is a big beer, the IPA.
I love St. Pauli Girl. It's one of those beers that has that interesting flavor, but like you're saying, it's kind of a Heineken-ish in a sense, right? Yeah. Now, Bert, you came up here earlier today. Thank you so much, and I apologize for the wire, guys. So, Bert, you came up later today, and again, folks, we're at the Beer Cast podcast today, broadcasting for Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia, California. Brewing beer since 1999. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Moni. You were awesome. Thank you.
I'm not going anywhere.
Bert, you came up here earlier and showed me something called a refractometer, right?
Refractometer, yes.
So what is a refractometer?
It checks it uses a prism to use light waves to detect how much sugar is in solution. And when we're brewing, the amount of sugars that are released from the malt determines how much alcohol we'll end up with in the end. So it gives us a good idea of how strong this beer is going to be.
So you can be that precise. So when I look up at the percentage on the board, for example, blonde, 4.6% alcohol by volume, I know that's got almost to the T with what that's supposed to be, right?
But we also check with a hydrometer, which is a device that floats. They were invented in the mid 1700s.
I use it for batteries. I'm in the battery business in another life, and
Tells you how much acid is left in solution in your battery.
Okay.
It's the same principle.
Very cool.
There's one made specifically for beer. And so the refractometer gives us a good idea. The hydrometer is a little more accurate. So you're testing the acid. We're testing that.
Like, you're more than the pool guy. Like, there's a lot going on here, right? Like, that you're really paying attention to. Like, to get it to I couldn't believe it. I talked to Johnny earlier, and he mentioned how much math was involved. Is that what you're talking about? Like, just very complex in a sense, but simple?
It's not rocket science, but
It can be.
it's close.
It can
Yeah, to get things accurate and consistent, It's not part. It's kind of art and science together. I mean, part of it is you have to have a feel for it, but then you take measurements also and write everything down. So if this turns out to be the best one you ever made, you can do it again.
Oh, so you're keeping you're keeping like a diary in a sense. Okay.
Like a journal or a logbook, yes, of each batch.
That's amazing.
So
How long have you been, and as well, Moni, have you guys brew beer together, or have you, this has been a together passion for a long time?
yeah, we're homebrewers.
Okay.
I made my first homebrew batch when I was 19.
Oh, right on.
I couldn't buy beer, but I could buy malt.
And you made it yourself.
Yeah.
And how was the first batch? Was it crap, or did you?
We drank it anyway. we were 19, so.
Right. Some of the swill I was drinking at 19, right? Mad Dog 2020,
That's a wine, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever when you're 18, 19, and you're not really generally thinking about flavors and complex things like that. You're just catching a buzz at that time. So, like, you caught the beer bug early, though. That reminds me a lot of Sierra Nevada Brewing. Tom, the owner of Sierra Nevada, I went on the tour. Ken, excuse me. Yeah, thank you. And during that tour, it talked about how his dad caught him and his friends brewing or busting into his beer stash, and instead of getting them in trouble, taught them how to brew beer, all the kids, and so they started brewing beer. But I mean, you're at 19, so that in my head, I'm thinking a similar situation. Like, I mean, you're not busted by your parents, but
similar timeline. That was 1971. So.
Well, when did Jimmy Carter was the one who?
1976.
What was that, Bert?
The bill nationally legalizing home brewing is a tax bill, actually. It was written by Lloyd Benson and signed by Jimmy Carter, that said that you could brew at home without paying taxes on it. They didn't care about your health. They cared about the money.
Right.
So
that's all they've ever cared
but you
about.
can only brew supposedly up to 200 gallons?
200 gallons per person per year.
Is that still on the books?
It's still on the books, and I have never heard of anybody being even questioned about that. The limits are you can make it. Each state has their own laws. California was early on, jumped in and said, yes, you can do this.
And how do
you can't sell it.
What's that?
You can't sell it.
That's it, right? It's about the taxes. Again, what Bert just said, it's about the money.
You can give it away. And we have a home brewers club, TC Hops, and we do a lot of events where we give our beer away.
TC Hops, okay. Is there a website for that, by the way?
tchops.org.
tchops.org. Go there today. Your local brewers brewing. Anyway, go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, they're on Instagram, and I need to call them because I went on the website last week, and it was up to date to 2023.
Okay.
Hadn't been updated in 2 years, so.
And they're also on Facebook.
Facebook. They're on Facebook.
TC Hops. Is that Tulare County, TC?
Tulare County.
Okay.
Homebrewers, yes.
Oh, perfect.
How many members do you guys have in Tulare
Now
County
probably around
homebrewers?
35 or 40. And we're also family oriented. We're
We're
family oriented, and so if your spouse or significant other is considered part of the club.
Okay.
And
Unlike, I mean, I love Rotary, but when I joined, I couldn't just have my wife join. Like, she had to have a whole nother membership. So if I join, my wife's automatically in, like Flynn, right?
right, exactly. And we love to teach.
Oh, talk about that. Oh, well, actually, forgive me. We'll go. I want to go back to that. But Johnny was up there getting his hands dirty, and I want to introduce him real quick. Johnny, Johnny from by the way, thank you, Moni and Bert. We're going to go back to that, tchops.org. It is an amazing. If you can get involved in home brewing, a friendly reminder again, we're at Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia, brewing beer since 1979. So come on down downtown Visalia and try out our beer.
99.
Did I say 79? Brewing beer since 1999. I don't normally drink beer when I'm doing the podcast, so 20-minute spot edit. 1999. 1979. Since the beginning of the country, we've been here. When the Indians were here, the Yocut used to brew beer in this place exactly, and we're sitting on a burial ground. All right, we'll edit all that out. I'm just joking.
Right? Yeah, an acorn beer would be nice.
I've never tried that.
Yeah.
A good acorn beer?
I've never tried that.
Oh, that would be interesting, right? Speaking of the local Indian tribes, that's right. Acorns was from the oak. Oak used to be everywhere here in Visalia, right? Hi, Paige. Paige the beer dog. We love her. Johnny, we love you, man. Thank you so much for joining us on the Beer Cast.
Right on. Thank you for having me.
I love seeing you up there, like you were just all up in all of the machinery today, all of that just effort and hard work. And then on top of it, you're here during the day. You're also like the kitchen. You're in there. I mean, you are.
Yeah, I'm the kitchen manager here too, general manager here.
Dude.
Yeah.
You do a little bit of the jack of all trades, right? Like,
yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. Not quite yet, you know. We're getting there. Trying to master, but you know.
A fun
still,
thing is that during the summer or when his kids are not in school, they come in here, and his son loves to help.
Yeah, I have my boy in there.
Kegs around.
How old is your kid?
My son, he just turned 8.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just turned 8, and was it the last week before school? He actually jumped into the mash tun, and he was actually scrubbing it where you saw me earlier. He was actually inside there and scrubbing it, and he did the work. Yeah. Charlie was there watching him and making sure everything was going all right. But yeah, no, he loves to come in here and he loves to help out with the brew shift during the summertime because it's summer break. So when he wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning, he'll come here and my wife will drop him off and he'll be here.
Those are memories he's gonna carry with him.
Oh yeah,
forever.
He goes to school and he talks about it all the time. Like it's like the first day of school. It's what he said. When he went to school, told the teacher, "What'd you do this summer?" I brewed beer and I caked some beer. What 8-year-old can really say that?
Talk about the coolest kid in school, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's really cool for him and interesting for him, because it's something that he gets to see and it's hands-on, and and he loves it. He loves to get down and do it. He just doesn't complain.
Kids, it's not all just about drinking and the product on the out.
Yeah.
It's all the hard work that goes in, and part of that hard work, my son who's 13, I love you, son, but I hate school. The person who invented school should, for real, come on.
Yeah. No, it's funny. My boy's the same way. He, when it comes
does
to
he know how
and
much
stuff,
math is involved with what you're doing?
Yeah, he doesn't get the
he will
bigger
though.
Picture. He will though eventually. Yeah, he'll get the bigger picture. But as of right now, school, he's just like, oh no, school's weird. He's like, but he comes with me to work, and he's just like, I could do this. I could come to work. I could do the physical labor. I can do this. But it's beyond that. But this is just the beginning step to that foot in the door. You got to get the grunt work down and know what to do before you can get out there and actually do it.
Johnny, you're a good father, great father.
Trying.
I love it.
Trying.
I love it. When I was a kid, okay, have you all seen the meme? GoFundMe in 1985, and it was the kid pushing the lawnmower,
Yeah.
Like, I was driving down and...
That was it back in the day, That's how we were growing up, You wanted that money, you go out there and you put in the extra work and you actually got to, put in the foot, mow lawns or, like my son, he has a rock collection and he sells that.
He actually, sells his collection, he collects rocks and then
Yeah.
upsells them.
Yeah.
High five, dude.
Yeah, no.
You're a good dad.
Yeah, so,
You're a good dad,
yeah,
bro.
You trying to teach them. You got to teach them early. I think that's one thing that has kind of been lost with a bunch of kids. Somewhere along the line, whereas putting that work in. It just doesn't happen. You actually have to work and do it. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
what I'm trying to teach my kids here, and it's nice because I can do that with these fine folk here because they teach me still. So it's just they're teaching me. And then I'm trying to, pass it along down still.
How long have you been? You mentioned, was it 5 years or you've been here for 10?
Yeah, I've been here for 11 years.
Oh, 11. I'm sorry.
And I've been with Randy and the Brew Crew here for about 5 years, off and on. Stuff happens. But at least 5
If not
years.
longer.
How
Helping
did
them
you
out,
get invited in to the inner circle of the Brew Crew, man?
Because
Here,
you were willing to come at 1 o'clock in
you're the
morning.
Brew Crew, but today on the Beer Cast, you are the cast of the Beer Cast, official, right?
No, well, I said I'm just a sponge. I'm trying to collect as much information off of everybody here. They all have their own part that they all do. Randy's the head brewmaster. Charlie, he runs the control board. Bert, he's the brewmaster. Moni, she knows the ins and outs of everything, of where this business is, what needs to be done. So it's just trying to soak this all in and trying to get involved. Just being part of it is actually just a bonus towards myself, actually.
That's awesome, dude. Wow. I feel like I am in beer history right now. What I'd like to do, if you don't mind, pass it back to Charlie. Charlie, how long have you been here again? You just introduced yourself a little bit ago, but
I think 12 years.
you ran off just a moment ago.
Shut it down.
So what was going on exactly?
Down there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were CIP. We did the kettle. We cleaned the kettle. And then we run the caustic through the hoses to get it antiseptic. So it's clean for the next run.
So the importance of cleanliness, obviously we're thinking of the end user needing to drink something that's pure and clean,
That's
right?
number
But
one.
number one.
Number one, yeah.
And it's not just the law. Like you guys, I saw you down there. You're going above and beyond what requirements
It's about
are.
good beer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't keep up with the cleanliness, you're not going to have good beer.
You ruined the beer,
You ruin the beer. Yeah.
and hundreds of dollars disappears.
Oh yeah. Pass that over, Charlie. Hundreds of dollars, like it's
Easy.
gone.
Yeah, because the beer goes down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns.
And by the way, one of the great things about our microphone situation, everyone, is as I'm passing, I can still hear your other comments. So you guys are doing great. I appreciate you, by the way. Number one, cheers to the Beer Cast.
Oh wait.
I'm going to
They
do
don't
an air
this.
cheers because I'm sitting here, but cheer. Oh, we have a special beer. Hold on. What's this special beer called? You've got it, Moni. What is there's a special tradition of all the beer makers every Thursday morning here at Brewbakers Brewing Company in downtown Visalia on the Beer Cast. We're going live today.
Other breweries right now.
Yeah, so what they do is they have different cans of different breweries, and they do tasters of all these different beers in addition to their beer that they just brewed as well. Cheers. Air cheers, everyone. This is called I Saw the Elephant Around the Horn. It's a West Coast IPA. Why did you guys choose these? What goes into your criteria for these taster beers?
There is no criteria. There's two beers that a friend of ours from the bar donated for this morning,
Okay.
and Jerry. And
What's his
he
name
might
again?
be
What's his
showing
name
up
again?
Jerry.
Okay, Jerry, you rock. Thank you.
And these are from what's the Groveland.
That's his hometown. And little town
Up in the mountains, at kind of near Yosemite,
North of Yosemite.
Oh, okay, Mariposa kind of area.
Yeah.
kind of. And there's a little brewery up there, and this is one of their beers.
Beautiful.
Young couple.
What's beautiful about this, and feel free again, pass the mic as you like, hold on to it, say what you want. This is your guys' show. We're here with beer makers. By the way, I want to say a friendly shout out again to TC Hops Go there today. Tulare County Home Brewers Association. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me add that. It's open to anybody. If you're interested, just show up at a meeting. The homebrewers love to share, so you can hook up with somebody when they're brewing and watch them brew, help them out, and get a feel for what it's like to brew at home.
Is that the thing people get afraid? Like, I don't want to do it. I'm going to mess it up. I've heard, don't worry about that. Is that correct?
It's like any hobby. It's like you get into it and then you spend more money and you pretty soon don't want to know how much you spent. But, you know, but it's okay. You're making your own beer to your style. And
You can share.
And you're sharing, yeah.
And you screwed things up.
and their next meeting is 1 o'clock this coming Sunday at Longshot,
Okay. Okay.
which 3 blocks down Main Street from here. So the meetings, they start at 1 o'clock with a social hour. People are bringing their home brews to share around with everybody, and then
Everyone brings their stash.
well, they bring what they've just made, or
Nice.
or something they like to share.
Like, this is
or-
my own private reserve, basically.
Or
like,
or I was
woo!
or I was just in Bend, Oregon, and I brought this beer because I thought it was great. That kind of thing too. So the group does a lot of charity events. Bostler Farms, I think, is the next
Ooh,
one
coming up.
That's tomorrow night.
Is
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They'll be there. The home brewers will be there, pouring their beer. We do, under the law, we're able to share our beer, like at Brewfest.
Yeah. Talk about that.
So-
There's some intricacies with that, right?
California, I mean, different states are have different laws. They left when they repealed prohibition. They said, "Oh, we'll just leave it up to the states."
Yeah, 10th Amendment.
So
That's what it should be.
21st Amendment.
No, I mean 10th Amendment, meaning that everything in the Constitution, all powers derived by the Constitution that are specifically applied to the federal government are only reserved to the federal government. Like immigration is an example. Enforce it, not enforce it, whatever. It's all up to the federal government. States have nothing to do with it. But everything else, according to the 10th Amendment, is the states to control. So
Yeah.
anything that's not specifically enumerated as a power in the Constitution, that is the only thing the states can do is intrastate, so beers between states. But within a state, they can't control anything unless they had the Prohibition Amendment, which they did at one time, that
Yes.
allowed them to do that. Then they repealed it. So
When they repealed it, though, they gave the power goes back to the states.
to the states.
And so liquor laws are different, like in California.
So beers were
Bar-
separated.
Well, like bars. Bars have to close at 2 a.m. in
Yes.
California,
Yes.
and they can open at 6 a.m. You cross the line into Nevada, and there is no end time.
Right.
They're open 24/7. And as you go across the country, different states have different laws. Many of them had state liquor stores for a long time.
Oh, Utah.
They still do, I think.
Utah,
I go there and people are running in and out like they're doing a drug deal. Like they don't want to be seen. It's crazy.
no, it was. Last time I was in Iowa, it's like I wanted to buy a case of beer, for my uncle's family, and that's 4 6-packs. So
Why
I
are
had
you
to
buying
fill
so
out-
much?
I had to fill out the form 4 times
For the weekend, right?
for each.
You had
for
to
each
fill out a
six-pack.
form?
Four
for
times.
each 6-pack. So
What in the heck?
That's crazy.
and they have no refrigeration. So anyway, but they realized that they're losing out on some of the tax possibilities. So little by little, the states are changing, becoming more like California.
It just blows my mind that it's not just. I go turn on a professional sports game, and all you see is beer spot. Like, how is there anyway? Beer is different than liquor. Yes, you can overconsume. Yes, you can have too much of any. You can drink too much water and die. You can drink too much water and kill yourself, right? People get drunk in prison by drinking too much water, and they go into some psychosis.
We have a lot of fishermen, and we have a lot of fishermen in the rivers who drink too much water and die.
It happens as well.
Yeah, because their waders fill up with water, and then they drink too much water and they die.
Yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's not. You're out there in the sun baking away.
No, they drown.
Too much of anything can kill you. But moderation in all things. But I will tell you that beer is different than liquor, and beer is life. I'm looking at a sign right now on a can that says that. But back in the day, it really was true. There was a time on the Plymouth, or what was it? The Mayflower, Plymouth Rock, before they got off and embarked on their journey onto shore, they brewed beer first. And I learned that when I was a kid. So it wasn't like, oh my God, they brewed crack. Like, no, they brewed beer. And the reason why was because fresh water was... talk a little bit about that, Charlie.
You couldn't drink the water.
Like the Roman times, you couldn't drink the water, right?
Bert knows all about that. Give it to me. Yeah.
That's true. People took a long time to figure out that if you shit upstream, you can't drink downstream.
Don't shit where you... Exactly. Don't shit where you drink. Right? Cheers. Which one are we trying now?
It's in
IPA.
This is called Pipe Dreams, Around the Horn Brewing Company, Hatland Brewing. Shout out to y'all. Brewbakers Brewing Company here in Visalia loves beer. They understand that if 1,000 breweries open up tomorrow in Visalia, they're still going to be successful.
Hopefully.
You know, besides the fact that they're the first.
No, not hopefully. You've put.
Give him that microphone, Johnny. Talk about it, brother. Preach it, brother. Preach it. That's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, Randy's been doing this, for the last 25 years, 26 years actually.
Yep.
And there's been a few breweries and other people that have come in and try to say we're not gonna put anybody out there, but we're just gonna say that they've come in here and try to say we're gonna put you out of business. We're here. We're the new place in town.
Whereas Randy the whole time has been more the merrier.
Because the one thing about Brewbakers beer is it's the staple of beer. When you come to Brewbakers, you're looking for an IPA, so you're looking for a good bitter IPA. You're coming for a red, so you're gonna get that nice red amber ale beer.
Hell
you're
yeah.
gonna come through and you're gonna find the staple of what the beer is supposed to taste like, and that's one thing that keeps us going.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
They said they're going to put us out of business. What are they doing now?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, we're not gonna put names out there, but there's been breweries that have come into our, come to Visalia, and
Sequoia Brewing.
and they said that they were gonna put us out of business. They literally came into the restaurant and said, multiple times, and said that they're gonna put us out of business.
They even did it in
So
newspaper.
we switched it up. We changed our menu up a little bit, and we kept our beers the same. We kept doing what we were doing, and we're still here. And unfortunately, they're not around anymore. But we're still doing it after 26 years, and we're going to continue to keep doing what we're doing because I said we have a good staple of beers, and it's the staple of what these beers are supposed to taste like.
The famine mentality never works. The famine mentality never works. Oh my God! If I don't get it all, no, believe it or not, how about the growth of the pie? How about the pie getting bigger, right? And that's been Randy here at Brewbakers Brewing Company, brewing since 1999 here in Visalia. Go to Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia downtown. Come on by, have a beer. You'll love the Sequoia Red amongst all the other beers, right? Delicious, slow burn, Sherman Stout IPA. They have a seltzer on tap if you're not a beer fan. It's all good. Delicious pomegranate. Reflecting what's here in the Valley, Central California, United States of America, the greatest produce ever created in America. Hand that over to Bert. Bert, what's up, my friend?
They make 3 of the sodas.
I just wanted to add, they make their own sodas here. It's very it's very much a family restaurant and brewery. So there's something for everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sodas. Like,
And there's, and they have a selection of wines. So, and the special wines rotate. So
I saw
it'll
Tobin
be-
James up there. My wife and I are Tobin James members. We go over to Paso all the time. Right. Totally, man. Totally. And yeah, how smart to put.
And Toby says it takes a lot of beer to make good wine. We've
He
done the
actually
tour.
said that.
He's said that on the tour. It's like, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. If you love good beer, you need to come over here to Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia, California, downtown.
Plus the pomegranate we use to make our seltzer. We usually, most of the time, we buy it from a local company, Lynn Cove Ranch, and they juice a lot of things. So we get most of our pomegranate from them, and it really makes I think it makes the seltzer special.
So seltzers, I have seen some different flavored seltzers that you have here. How is the difference between making a seltzer versus brewing a beer? Is it similar?
Yeah, it is. It's similar. It's a lot more basic because you're basic because you're fermenting sugar water,
Simple syrup.
and then you're fermenting it out, and
You don't have to mash.
yeah, you don't have to mash.
No
It's
mash
a
involved.
lot simpler. It's a lot quicker. But I mean,
Are you dealing with all of the mess that I saw
No.
everybody up in the tank cleaning out today?
not dealing with that mess at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think seltzers are second or third biggest selling drink now.
Yeah.
And actually, my wife, when we got married, she was an IPA lady. And now she won't drink anything but seltzer.
So you always make sure.
I always make sure she's happy. Yeah. Like we sell our beer up in Three Rivers and down here, and I always got to make sure that the places we sell beer to up there have seltzer, or else Michelle will have my ass.
Did you take me to a place without seltzer again? Yes, you've set the standard, though. I came here one day. I'm a beer fanatic, guys. I love, by the way, Beercast, Brewbakers Brewing Company. Thank you, Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, and Johnny, all making it happen here today. I came here with my family. You know, my wife and I have been beer fans forever, since back in the day.
You guys have been coming here for a long time, and I appreciate it.
Oh, we love you. We love you, man. And I come here and I'm like, I'm going to switch it up just for shits and giggles. I'm going to have the seltzer. What the hell? Why not? Let's just give it a shot. And holy shit, it was delicious. It was like a blueberry thing that you had going on that time, and there's pomegranate now, and
Oh, we just made one today. Yeah, we made one today. A blueberry seltzer today.
dude,
Yeah.
that hit. If you are like, you have a beer fan as one of your spouses, and the other spouse hates beer but likes other good stuff like fruity stuff, still come to Brewbakers Brewing Company, because one spouse will have every beer they love, and the other spouse will have the best seltzer in the frickin' world, man. It is phenomenal. Now, Moni, you love the seltzer, or the beer, or what's on your
IPA.
mind? She
IPA.
is strict on the IPA, huh?
Nothing but.
Nothing but the best, Clark.
Yes.
Oh, I
Pure
wanted-
tomato ketchup.
I wanted to say that Randy's lemonade, They use the Lynn Cove
We usually go,
lemon juice.
yeah, just a local company.
Yeah, local company.
Was that Lindsay
And-
or?
No,
That's it.
Lynn Cove,
Oh,
it's up
actually,
up 198.
Okay.
between here and True's.
Oh yeah, between on your way up to the Sequoia
Cove.
National Forest, you're on your way up. You pass up
Actually,
Sequoia Lake.
at Merton Drive,
Yep.
turn north instead of south. Merton Drive goes south.
Okay.
If you turn north there, you'll end up in Lynn Cove.
Lynn Cove.
Lynn
Go.
It's an actual town. I thought you were talking about a company.
It's an area. I wouldn't say a town.
It's Lynn Cove Ranch, so we can get our stuff.
Yeah, just on the other side of Lemon Cove.
Oh,
right
okay.
past Lemon Cove, you got Lynn Cove.
Yeah, go left.
there.
They
Yeah,
do
yeah.
not have a post office. So.
By the way, for everyone around the world listening right now, let me throw that out there real quick. This is an international place, right? I know, right? This is an international. Turn off that alarm.
We do get visitors from all over the world here.
Right, right.
Yeah.
People forget, and if I could become the mayor of Visalia tomorrow, which I don't know if I'd want to, but if I could, I would say we need to bring back the idea of Walt Disney's ski park up at Mineral King. It was about to happen. Imagine if they created all of that, what Visalia would be. Visalia would be in Aspen instead of the highest poverty rate in the country.
Visalia doesn't have the highest poverty rate, does it?
No, Visalia doesn't, but Tulare County does.
Well, we're just the uneducated,
Yes.
We're just the most uneducated city in
We're a bunch of dumbasses.
yeah, in Visalia.
Yeah. And
Let's not do politics, guys.
no, but I'm not talking politics. This has zero to do with politics. It has to do with, like, imagine if Visalia, from that standpoint, where we sit, people don't realize that the largest living thing on earth is right up there. The Sequoia National Forest has the two bigger than any living thing in the whole world. We have two of them up there in our redwoods.
I think
Amazing.
It's better to have that than have some, some Disneyland resort kind of type thing. It's more appeasable, if you will, because people from all the world come here because they want to see the sequoias. They want to go
Right.
up there and see all these.
Oh, yeah, and I'm
wonderful
not
things,
talking about
you
let's
know?
commercialize it and making it downtown Disney or anything like that.
Right,
Absolutely
right.
not.
Because that's one of our biggest
Yeah.
things is we do get a lot of those tourists that come down here and stay at some of the local hotels and motels around here, and after they're done spending their day up there, they're ready to come down here and have a good beer. And a lot of people don't, when they're foreigners, they don't know what a tri-tip is.
Oh
So
my
then they come
gosh!
here,
Places don't.
Oh my God, you're flipping people out right now with the
Right?
tri-tip thing. When I went to Idaho, they didn't know what the hell it was. Okay,
Right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you get people from halfway across the world, and then they come through here. They get a brewery for one, and then tri-tip on top of it. They're just like, oh wait a minute, like what is this? And that's what keeps them coming back. So it's kind of nice. We still have that local, still, down home feel because they want to see those natural, trees, and then come down here and see what, if you will, natural living is.
We're the
for-
gateway.
Right, the legit gateway to the sequoias.
Thank you.
Right.
Say it again.
Yeah,
The
the gateway to the sequoias.
the legit
yeah.
gateway. Right.
Can I add a note to that? People also come to enjoy the history. There is actually inside up on the wall, there's a saddle hanging up there. This building was once home for the inventors of the Visalia saddle, which is known by horse riders around.
Oh,
the
talk
world.
about that. Yeah. So
But-
you have a saddle here, right?
We do, up on the wall, but yeah, this was a saddlery for a long time. Visalia has a lot of history. When California became a state, it was the only town inland town between Stockton and Los Angeles.
Oh, and at that time was the Tule Lake.
The Tule Lake was there, before the dams were built. The Tule Lake was
The second largest west of the Mississippi, or
yes, it was huge, and you could actually get on a flat bottom boat there and work your way by boat all the way to Stockton, which is a deep water port, and go out to sea. So
Could you imagine that from Visalia hitting a boat? Imagine that. Could
No.
this
Not even
was
the trees
before the
itself.
railroad. When the railroad came in, most of the towns in this valley were built by railroad. The railroad could create a town wherever it wanted to. And so they're land grant towns, like Fresno. In the middle of Fresno is a 1 square mile area that is offset from everything else in town.
good.
Well, that was the
so
original.
all of our
Built it
towns
in
were
super
built
overpowered
around the
because
railroads.
it's like right there.
Many of them. Visalia was here first,
Yeah.
but many of them were built around the railroad. And if you look at the map, there's like a square in the middle of town that's offset. That was the original land grant. Visalia said to the railroad, "You should come through Visalia. We're already here." And they said, "Well, if you give us $1 million, we could do that."
No shit.
And so Visalia said, "Well, we're going to build our own railroad," which they did.
The city itself.
And they ended up creating towns like Exeter, Lindsay, Porterville, and Hanford, and Lemoore.
Mm-hmm.
On there, they used the same land grant system to create those towns off of their railroad.
Wow.
So
So the railroad company really was the beginning of how all this all formed.
it incredibly expanded the population, and but it meant all these farmers could get their stuff to market. So
Interesting. And
anyway,
part of
there is a lot of history here. There's
Beyond
there's
beer.
a plaque on the front of the building that explains about the saddle company,
yeah,
and
like that saddle company that's right here. Was any of the original construction that we have here at Brewbakers Brewing Company part of that, or is it the site itself? Or
it's the site.
oh, very cool.
Actually, when you took this place over, Randy, it was a flower shop.
Yeah, but we. When we were making the place, we took this thing. We got rid of every single wall in the middle. It looked like a big alleyway. Like Brewbakers, if you've never been here, is small. It's like an alleyway. And we dug up tons and tons and tons of leather. And it was crazy.
Like in the ground?
Yeah, on the ground, just tons
No shit.
of leather.
What?
And it was a spectacle shop too, so we dug up tons and tons of eyeglass stuff.
Hey, didn't y'all find that letter in the wall too that was hung up for a
Yeah,
while?
we got the letter in the wall that was behind an electrical box from World War II. Someone saying that Visalia is the Paris of California.
If we ever rebrand ourselves, Visalia,
In
the
the
Paris of
letter it said,
California.
Visalia is the Paris of
Yeah, I
California.
remember I read it one time.
Did you?
A while back when I first worked here. When I first started there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's still in the office.
You found it?
Yeah, no. They have it in the office somewhere. It's
I need to put it in a frame and put it up so people can read
That's
it.
so badass.
And one of the things here, there was a little hallway in the middle of the building. It turned out to be a vault.
But there was a vault in the building.
Because it had been a jewelry store at one point. And they had blown out the back of the vault to make a little hallway for other things. But it took you guys months to jackhammers and cutting torches to cut that thing in two so a crane could lift it out of here. It delayed everything. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
also a bar in the 1800s, right?
Oh yeah, they had palm trees growing up straight through the top of the building when it was a bar. They had big, huge, monster palm trees right in the middle of Brewbakers now, but before it was a bar. And we dug out a couple palm tree
Trunks.
trunks. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Big root wall.
Yeah,
like
big
in the
roof walls.
building area, like within the
There's a
building.
picture downstairs with.
Well, upstairs, right there, isn't it?
over here.
Oh, upstairs. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah, upstairs we have a picture of the place when it had palm trees growing out of the center of it.
See, this is different, way different than a box store, nationally branded, here we go. I mean, yeah, we all love going to a yard house when we go to some big city or whatever, but it is what it frickin' is.
Well, when we dug
This is
place
history.
up, we found a wedding ring, a really nice solid gold wedding ring, really thick, awesome. And what else? We dug up tons of paper, bullets before they had brass, they had paper casings. We got a whole bunch of those.
You say
And
bullets? Bullet casings? Bullets?
with the bullet still in it. It had the instead of brass casing, it
That's
had
right.
paper casings. And we got a whole bunch of those.
Yeah.
And plus we found a whole bunch of spent lead, spent actual bullets that were like mushroomed from the walls.
So this is the time frame, like what Bert and Moni were talking about and what Charlie was talking about, and just finding all that. This is archaeology.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
archaeologists up here. He put the things on the ground and dug stuff up.
Oh, for real? Like an official one?
Yeah, an official one.
Badass.
Yeah, it was pretty cool at the time. Kind of slowed us down a little bit, but we were still waiting for.
You weren't
loans.
happy at the moment.
We had loans that we were still trying to go through, so we couldn't do anything. So the archaeologists came through and dug stuff up.
For being the first
Yeah.
brewery, the
It was-
loopholes trying to get through.
Well, oh yeah.
They set the pavement down for all these, for all these things. Just saying, that they added setting the pavement down for all these other breweries to come in here. The hoops that they had to jump through, and making sure all the permits and everything was set up so that way these other breweries can actually come through here, because before they wouldn't just allow them to come through here and just do this.
So some of the occasional folks that said, we want to compete against you and we don't see you as a friendly player, those rare folks that, by the way, are out of business right now. We won't
Right.
say who the hell they are.
But the breweries that are here right now
Yeah.
are all really awesome. They all make
Yeah.
really good beer,
The ones
and we
that
have
are
a
now.
lot of really nice breweries in town that you can walk to at
and
least
they're all
3 of them.
friendly.
And they're all friendly, of
We're
course.
all friendly with each other.
Yeah, we're all.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
it's supposed
That's
to
how it's supposed to be.
We're a beer family. Like if you go to the Central Coast, all of the winery tasting rooms, they all get along. They're not like cutthroat with each other.
No. Right.
get-
And that's how it is here.
Because someone comes to Visalia, they're going to have a chance to experience several good beers while they're here, including, of course, the original Brewbakers.
Right, but
But you're
the
not
other-
against the others.
the other
You're
breweries
for
that
them.
have popped up are just really friggin' awesome,
be. Yeah.
and I can't say a bad word about them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
really awesome.
There is no famine
But the thing, like,
mentality.
a lot of the breweries that are around here now, they have sprawled off of, if you will, a lot of the breweries now have sprawled off of, if you will, or a spin-off, if you will, of Brewbakers.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, when Randy and Rod and everybody, they first came through here, they had the staple of the beer. That was the staple. That's what people were looking for the beer. And now these breweries that have come in, which we're not knocking them down at all, is they're great breweries.
Yeah.
But they're they are adding their style, if you will, to the beers that are already implemented by Rod and Randy. The staple of what
Like,
those
there's
beers
not
are.
just
And
one-
Bob.
There's not just
is-
one Mexican
that-
restaurant in town. Oh, yeah, Moni.
On top of that, pretty much all the other breweries are customers of Brewbakers.
Yeah.
And have been for years.
And we're customers of theirs.
Yeah.
And we're still customers of theirs today because of that reason. The same reason, like I said. It's just shared love. Like the ones that have come in before that have tried taking away. They didn't understand the real meaning of being a home brewer and TC hops
Of
and,
business.
and all that stuff.
that matter.
Also the warthogs from those the warthogs. Those are all Bert and all them.
That's the
they
Fresno
set the
home brew.
standard.
That's the Warthogs are the Fresno homebrew group, which,
They're awesome.
yeah, well, back when this place started, Randy's brother Rod and I and two other people in Visalia as homebrewers, we went to Fresno for the homebrew club meeting because there was no group here. So, and we'd make the trip every month up there. Along the way, somehow I got elected president, and I'm still not sure exactly how. I must have missed a meeting or something.
It's called passion, man.
But at the time, Moni and I were. Moni was helping me run the beer and wine competition at the Tulare County Fair. They had asked me in, and then people there asked me, why isn't there a club here? So I started with the list of local people that had entered their beers and sent out flyers. And
Like on Word document kind of thing back then, kind of just.
Word document. And then I had to fold it and post it and send it in the mail.
With a stamp.
Yes, with a stamp.
For those of you in
So-
Rio Linda, that's the little thing they used to put on letters
So
when you send shit to people.
originally,
I know the Rio Linda thing. Everyone got that
originally we
one.
set our dues at $24 for a year because I had to create this newsletter and send it out every month with a stamp on it, to anybody who's interested. Email didn't exist. The bulletin boards were just starting back then, but that doesn't reach everybody. So
Bert, you guys were instrumental in creating TC hops, right?
Right.
So is there a reason why the initials are TCH?
That was one thing we could figure out.
well,
That would be-
actually,
It's Tulare
is
County.
something else.
no. That name was actually decided by somebody else.
Okay.
And I went to the meeting, and another guy had tried to start a homebrew club here a year before that, and they decided on the name and they registered it with the American Homebrew Association. So they had two meetings, and then the guy that started it had to leave town.
Sounds like a gunpoint.
Well, no, but
This is a wild,
yeah,
Wild West.
not exactly
what it
like
started,
that.
yeah.
Well,
Downtown Visalia, yo.
he was a little too friendly with the employees at his grocery store, and he ended up having to leave. So anyway, when they asked me that,
Persuaded to leave.
when they had picked the name and registered it, so
And
when
it's Tulare County Homebrewers of Perfect Sets.
organization
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
for
the
Perfect
extra bit.
Sets, yeah.
Okay.
They had decided on this name. It was already there, so one person from that original group, and I went to their meetings, but I was a member of the Warthogs at the time, so I didn't
The Fresno
officially
one.
join the Fresno one.
Yeah.
And anyway, we just reformed that club. We invited all the local people that had submitted homebrew, and
And
That-
Randy has supported the club from the very beginning.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Still
for
to
the
this
first
day.
5 years or so, we held all of our meetings here,
Right here at Brewbakers.
right here at the patio.
Yeah.
And then they deserted us.
Well,
No. We still brew their beer. We still brew their. We have.
let me get to that. No, we got too big for this space, and so we started looking around and moving to other places. And we still meet here once a year, at least once a year for a while. Now it's twice,
Where's the love?
but
There's the love.
but every November, there was a competition of all the home brewers bringing in beer. Usually the criteria is to bring in a beer that Randy doesn't make already.
Ah.
Bring something different.
Love your openness.
And so the winner of this competition gets to come in here and brew their beer with Randy
we have on right now.
Oh, with
with Randy.
And
hell to the that's
they
what I'm talking about,
they get to use
Randy.
his brewery. They get to use his equipment, his thing.
Yeah.
Brew their own beer.
but
You
he,
won the
he
contest.
takes their recipe for a 5-gallon and transfers it to a 310-gallon recipe.
You're the bomb, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
And,
I don't know.
and it, yeah, that's,
Love it, brother.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
But yeah, well, the Copperhead right now.
it's the
is
Copperhead.
the homebrewers and the Hazelnut.
Oh, the Copperhead is the official one right now in
the
the menu?
Copperhead
And the hazelnut.
and the hazelnut.
The hazelnut's the original. The Copperhead is
is
Without the
the
without
beer,
the hazelnut.
because the hazelnut, if you put it in during fermentation or even earlier in the mash, it pretty much gets destroyed in the process
Okay.
of brewing. So it has to be added after.
Okay.
So it's really Copperhead is the main beer, and the hazelnut has hazelnut added to the Copperhead to create that.
I love it. I love it.
But that's going off, again, where, Randy has the staple beer of whether it being an amber ale or whatever the red, and then people play off of it, where they come up with the hazelnut amber ale. And then that's something that the homebrewers do, where they come up with that whole new amber ale.
Yeah. So
beer.
as you come to Brewbakers Brewing Company, you're going to have Tulare County home brewers. You're going to have potentially at all times a recipe on the menu that is from Tulare County home brewers, like almost at all times.
Once a year.
that-
Once a year. Once this one's
Once a year.
gone,
Okay.
we'll have to wait for the next.
No. That's so
There'll
cool.
be another winter come
November.
this November.
Every year. That's so
and then
cool.
sometime next spring
Yeah.
or so.
Very cool.
we'll
Ladies
make
and
that.
ladies and gentlemen, forgive me. We will be right back after these messages. I'm going to hit a quick pause. I normally never drink beer while I'm doing a podcast, but I've got to piss like a racehorse. So I will be right back. More after this of the Beer Cast with Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, Johnny, and me, the Brumster here, live at Brewbakers Brewing Company, brewing beer in Visalia since 1999. We're back. Brewcast, Beercast, whatever you want to call it. Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, Johnny, everybody here. Paige as well. We've got to give it up for the beer dog.
Brew dog.
Beautiful, beautiful. Blonde lab, just gorgeous dog.
You should have brought your dog. It's been a while.
It's, by the way, dog friendly. Again, as long as it's on a leash. I mean, we're not talking these people where they just run
On a
around
leash
with
and
their crazy
upstairs.
dogs on a beach
Gotta
out of
be
nowhere.
upstairs.
We've got rules. This isn't Vietnam, right? But-
Yeah.
Well-
we do have upstairs seating, and we have the table out front, so you're
Yeah.
more than welcome to
Bring your animals, yeah. Bring your family.
We have a table out front.
Yeah, this isn't just come and have a beer and leave. This is
Right,
like,
yeah.
this is a family place. It's
Right.
awesome. And the best food in the world. Real quick, again, Brewbakers Brewing Company, beer brewing since 1999. The Beer Cast here with us again at Brewbakers Brewing Company. Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, and Johnny, and Paige, the beer dog. Johnny, grab the mic there. You were talking all about that real quick before we get back into the great beer stories we've got going on. By the way, tchops.org for Tulare County Home Brewers Association. Phenomenal. Okay, so Johnny, your food here is off the chains. I'm blessed to be working with my wife who does your guys' social media at Brum Media, and every now and again I walk in and I see some of the posts that she's making.
No, they're great. They're great.
The food that you guys serve here, the beer's number one, right? But let's pretend there's no beer. We don't want to do that because beer rocks. But
No, this is Brewbakers without the beer.
talk about that. If there was no beer, your food would bring people in. My God, that's good food.
Our food, our beer goes into our food. So whether it's from being our tri-tip, which is beer marinated in our red, it's marinated in our red, and then we add other spices and
Sequoia Red?
in our Sequoia Red, yes.
Okay.
And then our pulled pork, we marinated it in beer, and just depending on what beer we have, what's going on in season. So it'd better be a stout, the Oktoberfest, or the red, or the blonde. Those. We use all those beers in the honey wheat. The honey wheat's another one. Yeah. Our brownie. So we incorporate.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we incorporate our
In the
beer
brownie?
into
What?
our food. Yeah, no, or in our brownie.
That's badass.
Yeah. So-
What flavor are you putting in that? That's so
we
cool.
We use the stout, so that's why
Wow.
Randy uses the stout a lot. So we have the stout on tap, throughout the year. Whether it's the Sherman Stout, the Imperial Stout, the Mocha Stout, the Double Buzz Stout. There's always a stout on tap, and so we use that beer because we're a brewery. So we have to incorporate our beer into our food. So brownies, cheesecakes, tri-tip, pork, chicken, whatever it is, we incorporate our beer into our food so that way it pairs well. So when you're eating our food, you can enjoy it with a nice pint.
It's not just the brewery itself, but the restaurant, and then the brewery is also infused into the food. So you have the best food, the flavors of everything, all almost intertwined. That is amazing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's just it. It all started out with the brewery, so we have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
When we're cooking in our kitchen, that we're incorporating that into our food, and we're getting the best flavor possible, so that way it matches our beer.
And did I see the other day my son, who's 13 years old, he's a pizza guy. He's like, I don't know, I'm in a pizza mood. I saw, he loves pizza and burgers. Did I see a pizza burger at Brewbakers on the menu?
The pizza burger, yeah, that started out a few years ago. So we had a few guys before I even started here. They would do a pizza burger where they would put it in between buns. And I kind of just took their idea and just added a step to it where why not just take the bun out? Let's add the crust around it. And so we added it to it, and it's one of those things, it's a great special, a good special to eat here. But it takes time because it's one of those things where it's a craft thing, if you will, just like our beer. It's a craft thing where you put the time in, you got to cook the burger to the perfect temperature, you got to wrap it up, get it all nice and wrapped up, and the sauce, the cheese.
Because you ever go to
everything.
like a chain restaurant, and it's like, so I do sales in the battery world, right? A whole nother, like my real job outside of radio.
Right.
And while I'm doing that, we travel with sales reps and stuff like that. And those
Right.
sales reps, they'll tell us like, listen, I'm going to take you out to lunch today, but do not take me to a chain restaurant, man. Something I can
Right.
get anywhere. If you come to Brewbakers in Visalia, California, you're going to get that kind
Well, it's
of...
like when you go traveling. When you go traveling somewhere, when I go out of town, I want to go somewhere where it's local. And that's one of these places. Like, if you were to go somewhere, you look up, hey, I'm going to go to Sequoia's. Let me go see what's around here. I'll get a hotel at the Marriott, the Comfort Suite, whatever. What's around me when I get out of my hotel? Brewbakers is right there. So it's one of those local restaurants that you want to go to see. You don't want to see a corporate restaurant when you go to a vacation spot. You want to check something local. You want to check something that's where the citizens, if you will, or the people that live in that city are gonna, the community are gonna eat at.
Yeah.
And so that's what this place is. You look for that hole in the wall, and we try to incorporate that into it because we've been here for 26 years.
Yeah. In a heartbreak, your brand, Brewbakers brand, could
Right.
franchise in a heartbreak.
No, it could.
Like
it
in
could.
2 seconds.
It totally
That's how
could.
phenomenal it is.
No,
But
it's totally good. But the fact
Yeah.
is you want to keep it. So that's what the main thing that makes Brewbakers is that it's that staple, it's that thing, and not only is the beer craft, but the food is craft. We make it, towards, the beer that's already being put off by our brewmaster, and we try to play off that and try to include that into it, so that way you're getting a full experience of coming down here to Brewbakers.
food, beer, delicious, and the people. Moni? Yes.
I'd like to say that the pizza burger is fantastic. When I first saw it, it was a special, and I'm just going, that's really strange. And then we had it, and my husband and I share it. We usually take some home, and you can get the patty how you like it. We like it on the rare side, and it comes out exactly that. It's absolutely fantastic. Also, they have a special, usually on a Monday, not always, but is the meatloaf. And it is, usually a sandwich, but you can get it as a dinner. And it is ample enough, at least for us, to both eat it, and we usually have leftovers. And the different flavoring, because every week it's a little different, and absolutely fantastic. It's not your mama's meatloaf. Oh, speaking of that, the not your mama's tuna sandwich is fantastic. It's with ahi. It's like a burger, but it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Theo's the one that actually gets down on that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing against Mama's tuna. My grandma's tuna, GM, right? Oh my God, the best tuna sandwiches right out of the can.
Yeah.
But we're talking real, like what, ahi tuna?
Ahi, it's a slab. It's like a steak.
Yeah.
And
My mouth's watering.
And it is so
Ooh.
like I'm watering right now.
The first
and
time.
there's an appetizer with ahi that is fantastic.
Oh, the on appetizer as well?
Yeah, and so that has rice.
No, that one's sesame seed toasted
Okay.
Yeah.
Yummy.
So, anyways,
You're making me hungry,
check
guys.
out their specials. They have at least 3 specials every day, and sometimes it changes out to have a night special too. And they're absolutely fantastic because they let the servers have some input on different things that they like. And so they.
You mean
try it
I'm
on
not
the
just a
customers.
server coming in to work a 9 to 5 or X amount of hours and that's all I'm doing and I'm just a transaction? You mean I'm part of the family and I have input?
They named the dish after them.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Like Aubrey Delicious,
Yeah.
something like that, and the Cunningham,
Yeah, the hot Cunningham sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
That makes such a difference. Like the family atmosphere, everyone feels they're part of the family. So there's an old saying in business that if you treat your people right, they'll treat your customers right.
Right.
And I think that applies here. Brewbakers has been brewing beer and delicious food and great service offering to the public here in Visalia, downtown Visalia, since 1999. And a big part of that, I think, is the fact that they treat their people so well. And that's why when you come here, you feel so good, right? Like you're going to experience, it rolls downhill, if you will. They always say shit rolls downhill. Good stuff rolls downhill too. Like when you have an amazing boss, an amazing company that cares about their people first and actually incorporates them and makes them the stars of the show and the beer the stars of the show and the menu the star of the show. I mean, now you have a full, well-rounded machine that is designed to make people feel good when they come here. And that is what I can tell you I feel since I've ever been here, is I feel great every time I walk in here. Charlie, I've been looking at you for a while. It's because, Moni, you were awesome. You just keep speaking. Anytime you want to grab that thing, you grab it. I love it. Charlie, so you were up there this morning, and at what time did it arrive? About 7. But what time were you here when you started this morning? At 6 a.m. And you were up there already on the brewing equipment doing some stuff. Forgive me, I was chatting with the team. What were you doing up there?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Charlie was here before 6. He's always here like
Before 6?
yeah. He says 6, but he's here before 6 o'clock because he's
on
right
what
on
his
it.
dogs do.
Yeah, he's right on it, and he comes here and he's getting
Yeah,
to it.
you usually start taking the grain out of the mash tun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, for those of us who are brand new at brewing but interested, they're listening to the Brewcast. By the way, the cast of the Brewcast: Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, Johnny, me, the Brumster here hosting Brewcast at Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia. Like, for those of us that are brand new to brewing beer but we're just barely learning about it, like, how does that process start, Charlie?
Well, it's the end of the process. We're taking the grain out of the mash tun, trying to clean it up really good for the next time.
When you were done with cleaning it all up, I saw everyone cheers.
Then Johnny gets to get in there and really clean it up. Yeah.
Now, I took some video of that.
Right.
Like, did you mention there was a guy my size, almost 6'6", in there
Yes,
the other day?
it's Mike.
How's that even possible, Charlie?
Well,
They fold up really good.
he did a great job. Yeah, he did a great job. Mike, yeah. Oh, Andrew, yeah.
He's only 6'4".
He's only 6'4".
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So don't do yoga. Come and make beer at Brewbakers.
And by the way, you don't have to work out that day. You're good.
You're good for the
You don't
day.
have to go to the gym.
You have all the,
You're
the
good.
shoulder motion.
So who starts the process? If it's from A to Z, how does that start? Randy,
These
so
two.
what is the first link in the chain to making a beer here at Brewbakers Brewing Company? What is the first link in your chain? How does it start? How does the process go?
Johnny.
Well, right. Usually, it's Johnny coming in to help, but we have other people who come in and help, and usually they're from the kitchen. And
right there.
Drain up the downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to bring the grain, like
Oh.
over, about 1,000 pounds of grain
You bring the grain from
from the alley.
the alley
Up the stairs.
up the stairs.
unfortunately, how we designed the building, we have to take our grain upstairs instead of having
Is that a gravity thing?
it just
He's the madman.
we got
He's
we have
the
it.
madman behind the process.
We have an auger,
Oh,
so it
yeah.
could take it from anywhere in the building.
So it
But-
spins.
Yeah, it spins. It's the auger, but unfortunately, our place is really skinny, and we had nowhere to put it downstairs, and so we had to put it upstairs. So that means every time we make beer, we have to get all the guys from the kitchen, and usually the young guys grab tons of grain and 2 bags, just showing off,
55 pounds.
not
yeah.
showing off,
Roar!
Yeah.
not showing off, but they can do it.
No,
I
no.
remember when I was younger, I could do it
It's part of the
too.
experience.
Bam Bam grabbed 2 bags of grain.
Yeah, it's part of putting in the work. Like you know,
The Flintstones joke aged me there.
But it's-
it's
It's nice having those guys around.
Yeah.
I remember before I turned 60, I could do that too. But back in the day. But now,
I think I did it for like the first 2 years when I first started working here, and after the first 3 years, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
well, we had a dishwasher who was in his 60s
Yeah.
who showed us how to do that. We would always take up 1 bag at a time, and then this guy from down south, I can't remember where down south, but he said, no, that's not how you do it. And he picked up 2 bags of grain and a skinny South American Indian, and
Showed you how it's done?
Oh yeah, he showed us how it's done, and now that's what we do. Now, sometimes when people are about to leave and it's their last day, they will say, "I can do 3 bags of grain."
Yeah, let's double it up. Let's double it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
double it up.
Usually they change their mind after they do it. But
How many
yeah,
pounds
feel-
are the bags?
55 pounds.
So 2 pounds, 110 pounds.
Yeah, but some, but
On each shoulder, just going up.
but
Yeah.
we've had a few that on their last days I'm doing 3 bags of grain.
Looking like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger on Total Recall. with the
I'm gonna make sure I
truck
get
on your
that
shoulder.
last paycheck.
They don't do that on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's on the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it's usually on the first day and the last day.
yeah, exactly.
The first day because you're trying to prove something, and because you're like, no, I could do this. I can totally do like 2 bags, no problem. And then you get used to it after a month, and you're like, wait a minute, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Hey, I love working here and I'm not going anywhere, and I've
Yeah,
realized
yeah,
I want to be here for a while, so I'm
yeah.
going to do 2.
Yeah. And then the last day, you're just like, okay, this is the last day. Let's do this.
Load me up.
We're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. I can do it. I can still do it.
I love it. Bert, the beer cast is here. Bert, Randy,
Well-
Moni, Charlie, Johnny.
I'll add something technical here, and you can edit it out later.
Bert's the godfather.
No, go for it, man. It's
Okay.
the beer cast.
Uh,
One of the cool things about podcasts is you just kind of let it roll, and it's all natural. So minus the pee break, we're going to edit that out. That's about it.
You you were wanting to understand the brewing process,
Yeah.
and this is the technical side here. The bags are talking about running up our malt. Barley is the prime grain used to make beer. The seeds of the barley, or the barley grains, when the malting process involves letting them germinate. So they get them all wet, they start germinating, and then they heat them up to stop the process. Only to 180 degrees.
So there's a specific temperature they heat it up to?
Yes.
Like you stop at that point?
178, 180. At that point, everything stops, but you haven't killed the enzymes. If you remember from your science class back in high school, when a grain sprouts, there's an acrospire that goes up the side. It's the grain's starting to grow. It gets little rootlets, and the enzymes inside the seed.
Is that almost like when you're planting when doing a seedling or something on the windowsill that kind of sprouts? Forgive me.
Yes.
Sorry for the
Exactly
interruption.
the same.
Germinate, right?
So,
Germination.
The seed is starting to grow, so the enzymes in the grain are converting the starches that are there into sugars for the plant to use to grow. To create malt, you arrest that process right in the middle.
You just stop it straight right in the middle. Thank you. Thank you so much for keeping our alleyways clean, Visalia. Whatever that was. All right, you arrest it right in the middle, right?
So much louder than they need to be, but anyway,
Right.
that's
But
a
right
whole
in
nother
that
subject.
spot.
Anyway, to create malt, that's what they do.
Okay.
They germinate the grain, they bring it up to just enough temperature to stop the process without killing the enzymes, and then they take and tumble it to get all the rootlets to fall off.
Now, forgive me for my ignorance, and those who are brand new to the beer making process on the beer cast here at Brewbakers in Visalia. What is the enzyme that we're limiting there? What is the enzyme exactly that we're...
I don't remember the name. There's 3 of them.
No, it's okay, not exact, but it's basically, what is that like
the enzymes are what they're they're a protein. An
Okay.
enzyme is a protein that controls a process,
Perfect.
and it changes starches into sugar.
Mm.
So when they made the malt, they arrested this process in the middle. They bagged the stuff up and sent it to us. We add it to water that's at just the right temperature, 148, something like that.
So you set the water temperature as well. Like everything is perfect here.
When you run it, you bring it here, you run it through a mill, the grains. The mill is supposed to just crack the outside of the shell of the grain. Just crack it so the water can get inside.
Yes.
Without turning it into powder. You run those into the mash tun and let the enzymes go. You keep the temperature where you want it. And in a big batch like this, you keep it stirred up so that the enzymes can convert all the starches in there into sugar.
Does the stirring kind of keep everything even?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the idea. So that there's not pockets, that don't get it or whatever. So, and that's the process of getting the malt sugars that you want. Once that process ends, you move those over to the boil kettle, and so you're boiling basically sugar water. It's maltose and not glucose, but
that's what it converts to, is maltose.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and so something that the yeast will be able to eat eventually.
About 200 degrees.
What's that, Charlie?
About 200 degrees.
About 200 degrees. Okay.
The boiling process is not for that It's not for the malt, it's for the hops. The hops initially are a very sweet flower. Sweet to the taste,
Sweet before bitter.
but by boiling it, the sweet, it's called isomerization. The sweet molecule inverts itself with the heat into a bittering compound.
That's awesome.
And because you're going to have some sweetness left over from the malt, and the bittering in the hops is supposed to balance that out. And a lot of beers, like light lagers and stuff like that, it's just enough to balance it out, and you don't taste either the sweet or the bitter. Other beers are made, an IPA is made with more hops, so you taste more of the bittering compounds.
You're walking us down a path, and I
yeah.
love it. No,
So-
thank you.
So at that point,
yes.
once that process finishes,
Thank you.
you transfer it to the fermenter,
Okay.
and at a good temperature.
Is that thing that's right below what you all were up on the left, and then it went down to the fermenter? I think you were talking,
The
Moni.
fermenters are the ones that are conical at the bottom.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Okay, the yeast now can take those sugars, and yeast eats the sugars and gives off CO2 and alcohol. And it'll do this until it creates so much alcohol it poisons itself and dies.
Okay.
So the yeast will at that point start falling out, and that's why it's conical on the bottom. Some of that yeast is still viable, some is not, but it falls out the bottom, concentrates itself because of the cone,
Okay.
and then you can harvest that yeast and put it in the next fermenter for the next batch of beer.
How do you know the yeast that you have left to put in the next batch is the exact amount you need? Do you just scoop it out, or you have a measured amount, or how does that work?
You don't know. You take it all.
Is it true that the yeast that we're playing with today is millions of years old?
Yeah.
Like, if you really think about
Oh,
it,
yeah.
in a sense?
Yeah, yeast is one form. It's a fungi, technically. It's on the same spectrum, if you will, as mushrooms. But they're all fungi. They've been around for millions of years. Some have disappeared because they lost their food source. That's a whole nother scientific.
I didn't know beer
exploration.
was connected, though. Like, there's mycelium, in a sense, in the beer world, too. I had no idea that it was connected somehow to the fungus.
Well, yeast is one narrow category we found works really good for us.
Yes.
And it's very, very close to the same yeast you use to make bread.
Can you use, pardon the interruption, but can you use bread yeast to make beer?
Yes, and we had to do that when we were young in the beginning because that's all we could get.
Right.
We always use Red Star.
What's that?
Well, we used Red Star back in the day.
Red Start.
Red Star was very common, and
Really? Because they always say beer is liquid bread, right, in sense?
it's like that. The yeast in bread produces CO2 and alcohol. When you're baking the bread, the alcohol vapors off. But the CO2 makes the bubbles that give your bread the texture it has.
That fluffiness.
When you have the little pockets, and like sourdough usually has more than, but they all have those little pockets.
So brewers and bakers have more in common than we could imagine?
Yes.
Sorry for the background noise there.
No,
but,
very much true.
But wow. So you're the modern day bakers in a sense, except you're baking something liquid. You're doing it within a liquid sense, but you're baking. Your brewing is baking in a sense.
They call it liquid bread.
What's that?
They call beer liquid bread.
Liquid bread. That's right. Yeah.
And some are more like that than others. So Anyway, there are many strains of yeast that work, and they work in different ways. I mean, there's some yeast that will produce different flavors.
Yeah.
There's yeast that produce tropical flavors, or that produce.
I was just asking that, Moni. We were talking about that today. My wife and I, we're Tobin James members. We go wine tasting. We love beer tasting, all that stuff. And we hear all these wine tasting, they're like tropical notes and flavors of plum and pineapple. What in the hell are you talking about? Like, but no.
can definitely taste it.
So that comes from the yeast?
That comes from the yeast. that
Really?
you use.
And
Yeah.
some hops.
Well, in beer and some hops give you some of that flavor.
No shit, really?
But in wine, it depends on the grape. Some grapes will give you more of those flavors than others. So,
I know the background there. I apologize for that. I can't edit that out, but are they just backing up or something?
That's an alarm going off.
Alarm
Yeah.
going off. All right. Well, it's all good. We'll go through it. Bert, what you're talking about is something that I think the average listener doesn't understand, which is the recipe behind it all, right?
and the chemistry, and the botany, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Now, Johnny, if you don't mind, Johnny, you came. Thank you so much. By the way, Bert and Moni,
By the way, Bert
very involved. Charlie, yes.
traces his ancestry back to Mesopotamia.
Oh, from the original beers, from Iraq,
His line of ancestry.
from the cradle of civilization. Bert,
Cradle of beer.
Bert and beer.
Yeah.
They start with a B, right? They didn't. Yeah, Johnny, you're someone who has come in and you're learning from these sages about beer making. And it's amazing. And what I love about Brewbakers Brewing Company, by the way, downtown Visalia, come here today. Amazing beers on tap right now. Blonde, slow burn. Got a delicious, the standard, the best beer I've ever had, the Sequoia Red. You got to check it out.
Sequoia Red is
Right?
great. Yeah, it's,
Dude, gateway to the Sequoias, and you got Sequoia Red here, right?
Sequoia Red is great. It's great. It's a great beer.
You cannot beat it. You cannot beat it. I remember back in the day when I first started coming to Brewbakers, one of my friends and family members, who rest in peace, just passed recently, was a CHP officer, Matt Tyler, and his favorite beer of all time. And just again went to his memorial a few weeks ago, so God bless him and his family. But went to his funeral, and all I could think of was like, dude's favorite beer was Brewbakers Sequoia Red, man.
Yeah,
like
it's the creamiest, maltiest, beer that they have. It's real smooth, but you're looking for a good beer, full of flavor, real bodied. It's a solid beer. When you think of a nice amber ale beer, that has body, it's Sequoia Red. It's gonna have body. It's not gonna be lacking flavor. It's nice full body.
it is something you've had for a long time.
No, correct. Yeah, it's one of the staple beers that have started out here since they first started here in 1999. It's a continuous beer that's been on, and customers, the day that it goes out,
What, you don't have Sequoia
You don't
Red?
have Sequoia Red? Wait, no, it's only going to be a day. What are you talking about? What am I supposed to drink? I only have 1 day to wait. What am I supposed to drink? But it's a great thing, Brewbakers. You have the blonde, you have the stout. You can mix those two. You can mix both beers, the honey wheat. You can mix a few beers.
Excuse
and you
me.
Get that same
Did you?
maltiness
Let's
and
talk about that mixologist. Give it up for Johnny.
No,
Johnny, the brew.
It's been happening before.
Talk about that. The combos, right?
Yeah, no. The art bartenders here
since before I started here. 11 years before I started here. Yeah, there is a list of names. Like, you think In-N-Out has some secret menu? No, you haven't been to Brewbakers. Brewbakers has a secret menu. Like, there is a secret menu from the beer to the food to whatever it is. There is a secret menu for everything that you order. So, you get a red and a stout. You're gonna have it's Morgan Freeman. It's a Morgan Freeman, if you will.
What's a Morgan Freeman?
A Morgan Freeman is our stout with our red.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's other beers.
Nice.
We have our dirty blonde. You looking for a dirty blonde?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a stout with a blonde. You're looking for a red IPA. You're gonna get the red IPA. Yeah, our Britney Spears. So yeah, just today, we just started our hillbilly beer. We just you actually
You just say
came in
you're
today.
Britney Spears?
Yes, we have a Britney Spears. So hillbilly itself has its own category, if you will, of beers that spins off of it.
Yes.
So, according to, our regular beers that we have off, you throw in our hillbilly beer, if you will. So you have the Britney Spears, you have the Honey Boo Boo, we have the Machete, we have, the Hills Have Eyes. There's a long list of beers that just, play off of the beers that we already have. I said, we're so local that we keep it local and we play off the same beers.
So
that we
when
already
someone
have.
thinks about a black and tan, that's normally what they think about when they can mix a beer, right? Nobody
You
thinks
come here,
about.
actually, what's a great thing is when you think of a black and tan when you come to Brewbakers.
Yeah.
Is you come to Brewbakers in the springtime and you ask for a black and tan.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a black and tan. You're gonna get an IPA with an oatmeal stout a nitro IPA stout. So that way it floats on top and you get a legit black and tan.
What's the nitro thing all about?
So Randy, our head brewmaster, he'll make an oatmeal stout.
Did you say Wendy?
No, Randy.
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 Sorry, Randy.
Yeah, Randy with an R.
R.
Makes our oatmeal stout, and then he'll actually do it with a nitrous. Instead of doing it with our regular CO2, he'll throw the nitrous on there, so that way it gives it that nice creamy, foamy flavor.
So is the nitrous making it more creamy? Is that does it make it more creamy? Or how does that work? Randy, head brewmaster here at Brewbakers Brewing Company, Visalia.
You're going to make me feel sound ignorant. But yeah, it seems like stuff with nitrogen floats better. So when we do a stout with an IPA, when we do a black and tan, it seems like the nitrogen makes it float better. But our bartenders on St. Patrick's Day, for some reason, they're able to float.
I dropped my cigar. Right in my pants. Everyone looked at me like, holy shit.
Here, pour it out.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm like Randy. I hit it like a roach, this little tiny little cigar end.
But somehow they're able to float like 3 layers on top of each other. Don't know how it's done. Don't know anything about it.
But you notice without the nitrous, it just doesn't happen the same way?
I want to say that, but they can do it with other beers that aren't on nitrogen. And they can float a stout on green. Well, they can do an IPA, and they can put a green in the middle, and they can put a stout on top.
It's all about the ABV. As long as you get a lighter ABV on top, you can float it on top.
Oh, so as long as what's above is higher alcohol per volume in the level.
I'm really not sure. I think it's magic.
Beer is magic.
Yeah, I think it's magic.
It really is.
Beer is magic.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they do it.
Not only is it amazing how it's made, it's amazing.
If you think about it, beer is magic.
Oh.
It's boiled water with grain. The sugars come out, and all of a sudden you get this alcohol content of.
Yeah, we better get out of here.
Oh, it's time to get.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. This has been amazing. The Beer Cast. We're live at Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia. Our first inaugural Beer Cast. How exciting. We've learned so much. Thank you so much to the cast of the Beer Cast. Bert, Randy, Moni, Charlie, Johnny. Don't forget about our Beer Dog page, right, as well. Come on by Brewbakers Brewing Company in Visalia, downtown Visalia. The best beer you've ever had, the best food you've ever had, and the best family experience that you could possibly imagine. Come on by Brewbakers Brewing Company, downtown Visalia. Again, thank you so much. The Brumster here hosting the Beer Cast. We appreciate Randy and his entire team having us here today, and what a great time. Look forward to seeing you here at Brewbakers Brewing Company. Come on down when you have a chance. We appreciate you choosing Brewbakers Brewing Company. I keep saying the Beering Company. What is wrong with me? I normally don't drink beer while I'm doing a podcast. Oh my gosh. Brewbakers Brewing Company. I said it again. Brewbakers Brewing Company. Come on down, downtown Visalia. Again, the Brumster here. Thank you so much from media as well. Again, join us, Brewbakers Brewing Company, downtown Visalia, Beer Cast. Have a great day. Thanks. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.